Okay.
Hello, everyone. We are live once again for the ninth time. This is the ninth out of the 10 broadcasts live with the filmmakers. And today we have a filmmaker from very, very far away, is from India, and we are going to talk to him. This is the ninth out of 10. And tomorrow we have the last and final webinar, which is with all the women filmmakers of the Socially Relevant Film Festival. So before I bring on our filmmaker, let me just quickly run the festival for you. In a few days' time, like on Wednesday, the 11th of March, we have our opening night at the beautiful, iconic Lenfest Center for the Arts of Columbia University, uptown on 129th Street. We are so lucky to be able to have that beautiful space to celebrate our 13th edition opening night with a lot of elegance and a lot of aplomb. So that is the opening night. But before that, on the 10th, the day before, we have a preview of short films, and that is covering the theme of mental health. And that we are doing at MRHS, which is a few blocks down from the Lemfest Center at the Community Center of 100 La Salle Street. And we celebrate films that deal with a very important issue in our society, which is mental health. A lot of times it goes completely undiagnosed and it creates a lot of hardship for the people themselves and for their surrounding. So this is also something very important that we want to tackle. On the 12th, we have a beautiful networking event for all the filmmakers to get together and listen to some beautiful music performed for us, songs performed for us by Kimberly Thomas, who is no stranger to us, having already been at openings at our festival a few years back. And we are really looking forward to that. This is an amazing evening where filmmakers in a very casual and informal atmosphere, they get to talk to each other, get to know each other, and have a wonderful time, which is part of what this festival is all about. So that filmmakers get to know each other, get to know about each other's work, and also can create collaborations around certain projects. Then 13th, 14th, 15th, we go downtown to the iconic Cinema Village, which is one of the few cinemas, art house cinemas, that are still open and operating for over 40 years right now in New York. There aren't very many left, sadly, all of them turning into commercial cinemas. And even commercial cinemas are suffering a lot of attendance since COVID taught us to be lazy and not leave our couches. So without further ado, I will talk more about the festival as we go along and tell you a little bit about what is in store. But before I bring our filmmaker on, let me also show you where you can find more information about the festival. Here, as you can see, there is the festival website scrolling, and you are able to go there and find out everything you need about the films, the trailers of the films, the film, what it is about, and what the festival is all about, and also purchase your tickets at that same place. Let me write a welcome note to our listeners. Please put your questions here in the comments section, and either myself or the filmmakers, whoever you are addressing, will answer them. Okay, here we will answer them. All right, great. So without further ado, let me bring on our filmmaker who is here all the way from India. Okay, there we go. Yes. Okay, I don't want to have the viewers' comments showing all the time. Yes, there we are. Okay, Suhas, wonderful to see you. And it's great to have you on the show. Suhas has a very interesting film. It's called In Search of Immortality. And it is about, he's going to tell us in a second. It's all yours.
Okay. It is basically about the relationship between God and the human being has always interested me, has always marveled me. And I was planning to explore this relationship further. So, in that direction, the first attempt that I made was about another film before this, which was called Yes, I Am Maudi. There is a huge lakhs of people walk from Pune to Alandi, and I made a film on that, and that film was also shown in many festivals. So, as a second step in that direction, I tried to explore. This is another event, very big, large event in India, where lakhs of people, crores of people, in fact, millions of people come from different parts of the country and also from outside India. And I was interested in exploring what is the factor that brings all these human beings together. So that is the search that I have tried to explore in this film.
Also, let me add that your film was submitted in not the documentary section, but in the solo film section, which is
Hmm.
quite amazing because when we define solo film, like there is only one person in the film.
Yes,
But in
yes,
your film, there's millions of people. But
yes,
your
yes,
interpretation of solo was that you were on your own filming
yes,
this whole thing.
yes,
And
yes.
that makes it even much more impressive because it's like,
Thank you.
wow, how can you film millions of people all by
Mm.
yourself single-handedly? So maybe
Yes,
you can tell us a little bit about why did you think this story was very important to tell? Because let's face it, all the rituals in India and the gods and the uh, different worship situations and so on, they are all based on immortality. In fact, humanity has been searching immortality since the day it came on this earth. So,
yes,
and that's very appropriate to have a title for the film called In Search of Immortality. Let me just
yes,
add here that Suhas's film was going to show only online, but we were able to find a slot for it. And on Sunday, March 15, it will screen at Cinema Village in the evening. I think it's about 9 p.m. or something. And I would urge everyone who wants to have an inkling of Indian culture and the celebration of the human soul and how everyone coming together to bathe in the river and get part of these rituals, which are quite fascinating, how they can get this search of immortality. So tell us how the idea came to you. You already said it in a nutshell, but
yes,
why
yes.
did you?
I will just elaborate it a little more.
Yes,
Uh,
please.
I,
Yes.
the relationship between God and the human being, whether it is of any religion, any caste, any creed, any group, the relationship between the God and the human being has always interested me. I have always marveled. My journey started with a completely non believer. And from completely non believer to now, I'm a little bit believer. So, this journey I wanted to put and understand and explore That is the reason this subject, and as I said, my earlier film was also based on the same topic. So I chose this topic for the next film also, where the gathering is much more. It's a huge gathering. So I thought I will be able to explore it more in this subject.
Cast of thousands. You have a cast of thousands, and yet
Yes,
you didn't cast anybody. You didn't do
yes,
any interviews. You didn't do any
yes,
self tapes or anything of the
yes,
sort. You just
yes,
went to where all these people are gathered.
yes, yes,
And also, I am sure that in these gatherings there are a lot of people with cameras because it's such an interesting thing. But it's one thing to be walking around with an iPhone or a smartphone and shoot left, right, and center, and
mm,
completely another thing to be able to put these frames together, make
mm,
sense out of them, and tell
mm.
a story from beginning to end.
Right.
So I have a question for you in terms of, did you write a script in your mind first to say, okay, I am looking for this, that, and I will go to where these people are and find out the answers to my questions? Or did you just go and let the story tell itself to you?
I did not write any script beforehand. I just flew with my journey every day. I spent around 10 days there, and every day was a new story, was a new experience. And after coming back, after shooting everything, then I tried I saw all the footage, and then I woven it together
Hmm.
with the script.
As they say, the documentary filmmaking happens in the editing room.
Editing room, absolutely
Yes,
right,
yes,
absolutely right.
because at the beginning, yeah, you have a rough idea of what it
Mm,
is that you are looking for and what you want your story to be about, but you
mm,
cannot force the story into what you have in mind. It should
mm.
be the other way around. It's the story tells itself to you, and you
Correct.
are right there to record it.
Correct. Correct. That is
And
how it happened.
did you have any difficulty? How challenging it was to be there by yourself?
The most challenging part of it was walking. It's a huge area, and walking with my own bag, with my own equipments. I was just a single person. Vehicles are not allowed there. Everywhere you have to walk on your legs. So that was the most challenging part, I think.
Yeah, thousands of kilometers you did.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. And you were able, and people did not object to you filming them. Like, for example, there are scenes where the guru is completely naked and, doing their thing and so on. Didn't they say, no, no, this is a private thing, you cannot film?
If I'm interviewing them, I used to take their permissions. Otherwise, they are like that everywhere. So anybody
Yeah.
can film them.
So it doesn't matter. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, when we saw it, and I was like fascinated. I said, oh my God, this
Thank you. Thank
story
you so much.
needs to be seen. And especially for audiences in New York, because it's such a completely different
I
atmosphere.
know.
I've been
I
to
know.
India a couple of times in my life. I'm glad to say I had the privilege of being in India. And for someone who has not been into India and has not seen the amount of people, the numbers,
Yes, yes.
incredible numbers of
In between,
people that
yes.
they are
That
around
is right.
on any
Yes, yes,
given day, not necessarily on a occasion like this where they are all gathered by the
yes, yes,
river, but
yes,
just in the street, the number of
yes,
people that one sees,
yes,
it can be
yes.
quite overwhelming.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So, how did you find out about the festival, about the socially relevant film festival?
I found it on Film Freeway. when I was searching on the film freeway for the appropriate right kind of festivals for this film, I found Socially Relevant Film Festival, one of the most, and I liked the theme, the way there were a lot of reactions. So I thought this would be the festival where I should submit the film.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming to us because, as I keep saying, this festival is about filmmakers. And without filmmakers, we don't have a film festival. And with good filmmakers, we can hope to have a good film festival. So we really pride ourselves to being the platform for a much needed platform, I should say, because the films we screen are not films that are already doing great and getting all the spotlight in other film festivals or internationally, and then we go and solicit them to come and screen at our festival. We focus on films and filmmakers who would otherwise not have an opportunity to screen elsewhere, and who
Right.
come to us with all the openness and hope that we will be able to provide that. Unfortunately, with our limited means, we are not a month long or 2 months or whatever.
No, you are
It,
doing a great job. I have
thank
been
you.
following you. You are doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. A lot of times we have to draw the line, and some very good films end up not being in the selection, not because they are bad or not because they are not socially relevant, but because we need to decide at some point. Unfortunately, we don't have, the sky's not the limit. We have limited amount.
The idea of your festival is also fantastic idea. There are not many festivals with this theme, socially relevant. This is a very, very unique idea and a
Yeah.
fantastic idea.
Thank you so much. Initially, it started, let me say something here about the festival.
Yes.
Initially, I started this festival 13 years ago as a form of revolt or counter reaction to violence, because there
Mhm.
is so much violence and so much gratuitous violence that goes on in
Mhm.
films,
Mhm.
especially on screen, and a lot of special effects, explosions and noises and bangs and booms and loud reels and so on, to say nothing. In
Mhm.
fact, all it does is give us a headache when we come out of the cinema.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
and on the other hand, I noticed that there are so many important social issues and human interest stories that deserve to be told. So we
Right.
figured, okay, it's about time somebody did something and offered an alternative form of entertainment. And
Right. Right.
even though we deal with a lot of important social issues, some of them can be very excruciating and
I
hard
know.
to deal with, like
Mhm.
disability, mental health, and immigration, and things like that.
Mhm.
However, we always try to focus on the silver lining and a positive aspect of the problem, so that
Mhm.
we don't all feel like, oh my God, this is so depressing. But
Mhm.
there are things that need to be addressed and talked about. So
Right.
you already touched a little bit upon your next project, but maybe you want to elaborate a little bit more about what your next film is about and when do you plan to do it and so on.
I'm still thinking over it. I have not yet finalized my next project, but I'm thinking about history is also another subject which interests me very well. So I'm thinking of making a film on some historical character. I have a couple of characters in mind, but I have not yet zeroed in on uh, any particular character.
Yeah, history is very important, not because we are caught up in the past, but because when we understand the past, we are better situated towards the present and the future.
Right.
So yeah, so it's really fascinating. But how does it work in India when you have a project? How do you fund it? How do you put together? I know in this particular project you were on your own, but even though you were on your own, you still need a budget. You still need to plan the travel there and where you sleep, what you eat, and so on. And you need to also plan for that when you are filming. How many
Right.
days did you film?
For this particular film, I filmed about for around 10 to 12 days.
Okay. And
And by profession, I am a filmmaker. I am a producer. My profession is I produce television shows actually
I
for a
see.
for a regional television in India. That is my main, my chunk of main time goes there. And I have the experience of around 20 years, more than 20 years, that I have
Yes,
been producing television shows.
that's
And
great.
this making documentaries is my hobby.
Yes,
So
yes.
funding comes from my own work as a profession that I do, and so funding is not much of a problem for me.
Yeah, so one thing funds the other.
Yes,
Yes, that's good because also you have taught yourself how to be self sufficient and just be on your own without having to rely on a crew or a team or what have you. So, are
yes.
all your films going to be like this, or do you plan in the future to have a crew?
At least for next film, it will be like this. Maybe after that, I will think of a crew. Crew is not a problem for me because
Yeah,
there is already a crew for me which works for me for my other projects, my professional projects, television serials. So crew is not a problem for me. But this is something that I want to do on my own as I wish to do it.
yes, I see.
Television is not completely my own. The channels have the authority and they have the right on the
Yeah.
content.
And also, when you're on your own, you make your own rules. You don't have to account to anything, to anybody, or explain. Or sometimes it takes up so much energy to explain things. But when you're
Yes,
on your
yes,
own, it's like you just go for it. And
correct,
it's
correct.
really, I
That's
was
right.
really completely touched by your film. It's called In Search of Immortality. So let's show the website one more time. So whoever is listening or will be listening later, because once this broadcast is finished, it will be on our YouTube channel. It will be on
Okay,
our website, and it is broadcast live from the festival's website, Facebook channel as we
okay,
speak. So
okay.
people are bound to see it. And then they will
Mhm.
say, wow, this film sounds so fascinating. Where can we see it? You can see it. You can go on the festival website, and in the documentary section, you will find the trailer of the film, which also
Okay,
you will find on our YouTube channel. And
okay.
you can have information as to where and when it is screening. I believe
Sure.
it's also screening online,
Yes.
but the online section doesn't come in until after we are done with the in-person section. And the
Okay.
online section starts March 16. And
Okay.
of course, it's accessible from all over the world. So
Yes.
that we are lucky to have that capacity, that possibility, so that
Yes.
people who are not in New York can also see the film.
Sure.
So, one last question to you.
Yes. 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 Yeah.
What would you want to say that you haven't had a chance to say so far?
This is a very difficult question, but I would like to say that the film festivals, particularly a film festival like SR Film Festival, these film festivals are very, very, very important because films like this, In Search of Immortality, um, could not be shown anywhere else such film festivals are not there. So I would like to thank you, the SR Film Festival, and also the other film festivals who are showing these kind of films so that the films can reach a large number of people.
Yes, thank you so much. We really take pride in that because, especially now that people have become quite accustomed to just not leaving their couches and having everything online and it easy. So we think that doing a festival that has an in-person section is very, very important. It's not easy because we lack funding. We're always soliciting funds. And in New York, it's quite expensive, believe me, to hire a cinema and do all that sort of stuff.
I
But
know.
we
I know.
believe that it's very important because it brings people together, something
Correct.
that used to be present in our lives. And after COVID, when everybody got into their homes and got used to having everything online, we lost that. We lost that human
Right.
touch
Right.
and the network.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Great. Thank you very much, Suhas. We
Thank
are
you,
very
Nora. Thank you.
happy.
Thank you so much. It was
Thank,
really nice talking to you.
thank you. We are happy that you were able to connect and be with us. I don't know what time it is in India right now.
It is around 11 p.m.
PM. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
A couple of days ago, we had Australian filmmakers that it was 4 a.m. for them. And I'm like, oh my
I know.
God.
I know.
I try to program it in the middle of the day so that it's easy for East Coast, West Coast, and some other regions, but we cannot accommodate for all the zones
I
in
know.
the
I
world.
know. I know.
Yeah. Thank you. And we wish you
Thank
all
you. Thank
the
you,
best.
Nora. Thank you so much.
Thank you. One more time, here is the festival website. Please go there and find out about not only In Search of Immortality, but all the other
Sure. Sure.
43 films that we are screening.
Yes, I will
All
do
the
it.
information you
Yeah.
need is there.
Yes. Sure.
Thank you so much. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Nora. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
All
Bye.
the best. I'll end the stream.